Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be going over the Kuat Sherpa 2.0 bike rack here on our 2021 Tesla Model 3. So the Sherpa is going to be a great bike rack option for you and a friend, as we can carry up to 2 bikes. Now there's actually quite a few different configurations here in regards to your color choices. So right here we have the gray rack. It's also available in black and pearl. So depending on your vehicle and what you think is going to look better, you definitely have a few options there. So the Sherpa is categorized as a platform style bike rack, and it's further categorized as a tire hold bike rack. So what that means is platform bike racks, they're much easier to load your bikes onto than say a hanging style rack. So not only is it going to be easier to load your bikes onto, because of the frame hook over the wheel here, you don't have to worry about any damage to the bike's frame. So let's say you have a carbon fiber frame bike and you're worried about the extra pressure on that bike causing any issues. Well, with the wheel mount design here, you won't have any of those whatsoever. You're not going to damage the finish on your bike either. Now, one drawback of a platform style rack is that they can be kind of heavier to get on and off the vehicle, so a little bit more cumbersome. But with the Sherpa here, it actually consists of mostly an aluminum construction body here, so it's still lightweight, under 40 pounds. So a great feature of this rack here, and again, a comparison between the platform and the hanging style. With the hanging style, you can usually tilt the back or the bike rack back away from the vehicle so you can get in the trunk, but you usually have to remove the bikes for that. With the Sherpa here, you can tilt it away from the vehicle and you can also leave your bike attached. Therefore, we don't have to take our bike off the rack whenever we need to get something out of the trunk. Just simply pull this handle here and tilt it back down. Now we can get in our trunk here and get what we need in and out. You can see there's going to be plenty of clearance here. So if we just take a step back here and actually look at the rack as a whole while it's on the vehicle with our bike attached, you're probably going to lose visibility out of your rear view camera, but as far as the back glass there, you can still see quite a bit. And Tesla has tons of safety features, tons of cameras, so you're really not going to be restricting your visibility much at all. You can still remain safe out on the road. So when we're ready to take our bike off, it's very easy. We're going to start here at the rear wheel. Just simply press that button and then pull your strap out. We're going to grab the top tube of our bike here and keep a firm hold on it, and then we're going to release the tension there to our wheel hook. We'll pull that out, slide it down, and now it's just as easy as lifting up and off. So once we have our bikes off, we can take a closer look at our cradles. A couple things I'd like to point out. Number one, we have a nice long strap here, so some of those mountain bikes with those sticker tires, we could definitely accommodate those. And if we actually take a closer look at the cradle, you can see there's a nice narrow section going through the center of there. And that's going to be to get a nice hold on those road bikes with those skinny tires, but it also opens up so you can still haul those mountain bikes as well. And we can see it also tilts back and forth, which is going to adjust to the wheelbase of your bike, so you get a nice firm hold. So Kuat offers a couple different platform style bike racks. The one most similar to this is going to be the NV 2.0. Now the NV 2.0, I would say, is a slight step above this one. It's got some extra bells and whistles, but you're also going to be paying for those extra bells and whistles. But one thing the Kuat does really well is it's a lot more compact than the NV. You can see we can actually just fold down our cradles here, and it's going to have a much more compact design on the vehicle, whether it's in the stowed position or the in-use position. So overall, it's going to be a slimmer, lighter weight design than the NV. So with this rack here, we're also going to get a ton of security features because this is an expensive rack, and chances are we have nice bikes if we're using this. So we want to make sure we can keep that all secured to the vehicle here, so a would-be thief can't just come up and steal what we spent our hard-earned money on. So we actually have a lock to secure your bikes to the rack, and we also have another lock to secure your rack to the vehicle, and both of those locks are going to use the same key, so you don't have to worry about carrying extra sets. So a couple measurements for you. You're probably going to want to know how much overall length this bike rack adds to your vehicle here while it's in the in-use position. And we can give you that here, just measuring from the back part of the bumper to the outermost edge. You're looking at about 31 inches. Now for a more compact design, we can actually tilt the rack towards the vehicle when we don't have any bikes on, obviously. And that's definitely going to produce a much smaller footprint here. So a lot of people actually don't take their bike racks off the vehicle if they plan to be using them within the near future. So a lot of people I see use these Kuat racks, they just leave them on the vehicle because they're very nice looking racks here, and it's a lot easier than taking it on and off each time. But if we go ahead and measure now, It's going to drastically cut down our overall length. To the bottom of the handle on the shank, you're looking at about 13 inches. So the Sherpa is very user friendly. What I mean by this is you actually don't need any tools to install this on the vehicle. So we do have a hitch pin lock, which actually physically connects the bike rack to the trailer hitch. But speaking further to that, we actually have an anti-rattle device as well. So what this is going to do is when we tighten this, we got a nice big knob here, very easy to grab a hold of. But when we tighten this, it's going to further secure the shank of the bike rack inside the receiver tube. Therefore, it's going to make for a much more snug fit. And by having a snugger fit in there, that's going to keep our bikes nice and cozy there on the bike rack. They're not going to be bouncing around as much like some other racks that have sort of a looser fit. So if we go ahead and just give the bike rack a good shake here, you can see I'm actually moving the vehicle entirely. There isn't any play inside that receiver tube at all. So overall, you really can't go wrong with the Sherpa, whether this is your first bike rack or you've had several. If you ask me, these things look great on the back of the vehicle. Their powder coating finish is second to none, and they perform great as well.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or a pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Now lastly, we're going over some full speed bumps, and we can see here the up and down action, and this will just be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.
And that's going to do it for our look at the Kuat Sherpa 2.0 bike rack here on our 2021 Tesla Model 3.